City, New Jersey. It's the Clan taking on the Ocean City Red Raiders. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Matthew Birmingham, along with Robin Daplin. And Robin, VHS coming off a very tough loss to Holy Spirit. And it's one of those weeks you don't know which team you're going to see, either the one who will let this loss get to them or the team that will come out and make Ocean City pay for last week's loss.
Matt, I really have the feeling that Vineland High School is really starting to come into its own as a football team. They did, as you pointed out, start out slow against Pemberton. They did not look good against Absegami or Atlantic City, except for a half against each team. And last week, I thought they put together 4 quarters of pretty good football against the #1 ranked team in South Jersey and Holy Spirit. And in talking to Coach John Parentazzi, he said that Monday and Tuesday the kids were still kind of down, but he saw it kind of build Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday towards this Ocean City game. So I think, and being out there on the field with the kids before the game, the coaching staff, they look like they were all pumped up. The kids look like they're pumped up, and they look like they're ready to play football today.
It's a pretty good day here at Ocean City. Temperatures in the upper 50s and the low 60s, and not exactly beach weather, Robin Daplin, as you know all too well about the fun times you can have down here. We're just off the Atlantic Ocean here, all set for some good Cape Atlantic 1 football. We'll remind our radio audience, first of all, we apologize for the technical problems that we encountered back at the studio, but we're up and running here, and we'd like to remind our radio audience that this afternoon's ball game brought to you by Sasdeli Oil for fuel oil delivery and complete oil burner service, by Landis Savings Bank, 6th and Landis Avenue in Vineland, your full-service bank. Elect Landis in 88. By Domino's Pizza, the champion of free delivery. Domino's at 217 South Delsey Drive in Vineland. By Sir Speedy Printing, 42 West Landis Avenue, your full-service printer. And, of course, by the Cumberland County Democratic Committee. 1270 AM, WFHM, and Cable Channel 2. Glad you're along with us this afternoon. The Red Raiders set to be introduced. Let's take a look, of course, at the 2 rosters. The Vineland Fighting Clan, not a whole lot of changes. One I did learn of, Robin, though, late today, and that, of course, is Matt Hott, the dependable center for the Vineland Fighting Clan, is really banged up after, we're told, an auto accident he was involved in some time back, which means John Hersey scheduled to do double duty today for the Clan.
Well, we've seen John Hersey really do a fine job on defense. Now, one of the people that Coach John Parentazzi was concerned about replacing this week was Matt Hott. Everything on your offense starts with your center. Matt was the center, so could be a tough replacement. We'll have to keep our eye on Hersey this afternoon and see if he can come in there and do the job, especially on the when Vineland's in the punt formation, when he has to punt the long snap, rather center the long snaps, and for the extra points, and if there's any field goals. You know, Matt, one thing I think I'd like to bring up here is the condition of the field. Now, Ocean City plays soccer on this field and football, and for our TV audience, you can see the center of the field is just, well, you can see even when the players went out, some dust came up. There's just no grass at all in the middle of the field, and all the way down toward the 10-yard line, that is also bare. So it could make a little bit of difference. Today is not very good playing conditions, but it'll be a fast track, which could favor Vineland, as they would have to be considered the speedier team today. Cable
Channel 2, a big loss for the Ocean City Red Raiders. We've been told moments ago one of their big players will not be in action today.
Yeah, Ian East, who is one of their stars on defense. They're one of their star running backs who really was able to do well against Vineland last year, will not be playing. He's sitting down there in his street clothes. So that's really got to hurt Ocean City. You had to consider Ocean City the underdogs coming into this game this afternoon against Vineland, and then they're without their star player. So that's really got to knock them down a couple notches.
Robert Haydeck and Roger Marandino, for those of you in the TV audience who saw them out there, as well as Jason Fisher and number 35, Tyrone Rolls, a running back and defensive back, the co-captains for the Ocean City Red Raiders. We're just about set to start here from Cary Stadium, right off the beautiful ocean here in Ocean City. Don't forget the Clan return home for a big game at Catone Memorial Stadium. The unpredictable Egg Harbor Township Silver Eagles, who boast a pretty good set of special teams, ran a 98-yard kickoff back against the Millville T-Bolts. Granted, it resulted in their only score, but they're quite unpredictable.
Yeah, the thing is, nobody ever takes them seriously. Then everybody goes and plays them in a football game, and those kids never quit. They play 4 quarters. Now, well, sure, you say that about everybody, but Egg Harbor is a type of team that really does come out and hits hard every weekend and plays 4 quarters every weekend, no matter what the score is. And Vineland and Millville both seems like they have a lot of trouble with Egg Harbor because they never seem to be able to get up for Egg Harbor. And one of these years, Egg Harbor is going to wind up knocking off Vineland. They did to Millville, I believe, a few years ago.
Well, we've seen Absegami go out in front over the Clan. Atlantic City did it the week before. Holy Spirit went out in front to stay, but not after a big come-from-behind effort by the Vineland Fighting Clan. And now we enter Week 5 of the '88 South Jersey High School football season. The unpredictable as well. Ocean City Red Raiders will receive the opening kickoff from the foot of Big Daddy Milt Morris, number 72. He's set to kick off from the 40. Tyrone Rolls, number 35, as well as number 43. Dan Sinclair back to receive. Nice end-over-end kick. Sinclair watches it bounce into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and that's a good kick by Morris.
I'll tell you, when Big Mill puts his foot to it, he can really boot the ball. Wasn't that high of a kick, but the two Ocean City receivers were back around the 10-yard line, just kind of watched it go right over their head. The ball hit right on the goal line, and Vineland's going to have Ocean City back in a hole. Anytime you can keep a team starting behind their own 30-yard line, your special teams have done their job, and their Vineland special teams via Milt Morris does their job this afternoon.
Jason Fisher, the quarterback for Ocean City. Tom Connick splits wide to the far side of full house backfield. Lots of running, which is why that turf is all torn up there. They send it through to the tailback. A couple of yards at best. That's 35. Tyrone Rolls hit there by number 24, Kevin Hart. And Haydack, there comes T.J. Patch as well as Dean Castellini, a gang tackling for the Clan.
Why don't you just mention the whole defensive team, Matt, because it looked like all of them were there, and if one play is any indication, it looks like this Vineland High School team has really come to play football this afternoon.
Crescenzi, Hersey, and there, Willie Hart, 43, Patch, Castellini, Walters, Hart, Bernhardt, and that's Haydack in the secondary as well. Second down, give him a yard, 9 from the 21. Here comes the power sweep, right? It's Rolls, and he is hit at the 20. Walters in there along with John Buckaloo, the lone name I neglected to mention on the opening introductions.
Well, Ocean City maybe picked up a yard the first play. It looks like they might have lost about a half a yard that play, so they're going to have 3rd down and 10. And boy, this Vineland High School football team really looks pumped this afternoon.
Yeah, well, let's see if they can play 4 quarters of football. They needed 4 against Holy Spirit and came up a little short. Ocean City now with the 3rd, let's call it 10 from the 20. Need to get to their own 30. Opening minutes of play, and we have no clock, so this will be interesting as well. First man through gets it 3 yards literally in a cloud of dust. Patch on the tackle, Buckaloo rather on the tackle. It's 4th down for Ocean City.
And I don't want to keep saying it over and over and over again, but these kids for Vineland, they're just really up for this football game. And Ocean City just kind of probably scratching their head saying, who the heck put a bee in their bonnet?
All right, back to punt is number 78. That is Jeff Eckerson. He is a tackle and finally gets it through, sends it into John Buckaloo heading through there for about 5 yards on the first play from scrimmage, gets it over the 50 down to the 49-yard line. The Clan open up on the ground, Robin.
Nothing fancy about that, and I really don't think we'll see anything fancy this afternoon from this Vineland High School team. Not if they can get away with it. I think they're just going to try power football the whole way, and I expect Ocean City really to start playing really close to the line of scrimmage to try to stop it.
All right, 2nd down and 6. The flags fly, and somebody moved. Who was it?
Well, Ocean City jumped off the middle guard. Looked like he took a step forward, but then Vineland's right tackle, I didn't see exactly who it was, looked like they might have moved a little bit. And I think the call probably will go against, well, I was going to say Vineland, to be honest with you, but they're going to call it against Ocean City. I guess the Ocean City middle guard must have stepped across the line and before the Vineland right tackle rather, made movement. So whoever does it first gets caught, and he got caught. It'll be 1st and 10 Clan there at the Ocean City 44-yard line.
All right, from the 44, they will start 1st and 10. Chris Viso with the full house backfield and 1 wide receiver right. That's Hart bowling forward into the dust down inside the 45 near the 40-yard line. Tripped up from behind by 46. That's Doug Coleman.
Now, the Vineland High School offense is just taking over where the Vineland High School defense left off, Matt. They're out there, and just looking at Hart, his cuts, he gets the ball, and his cuts are real sharp, and he's hitting the hole real hard. Everybody's firing out on their blocking. They're really pumped also. They're getting me pumped up here.
All right, 2nd down. They only gave him 3 from the 43-yard line, it now appears, after the dust is settled. The 2nd man through is going to be 23 for the Clan. Cuts it back inside the 45, down to about the 42-yard line. Excuse me, down to about the 38-yard line. Hicks tackled by number 64 for Ocean City. That's Darren Urbaseski.
That time Hicks kind of had to wait for his hole to develop as he was waiting for, I believe it was Crescenzi or one of the ends there to make the block. and he had to wait, and he waited wisely because there was nothing there. He let the blocker clear for him and was able to pick up a few on that.
Third down, a long three for the Vineland Fighting Clan. One wide receiver left side. They're on this side of the field. The give is to number 30. He'll be close to the first down. That's Tony Basile, who is seeing action this week behind, and they may call for a measurement as he gets down to about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Tony Basile was hurt last week, Matt. He had a really deep thigh bruise, and Dr. Bernardini really didn't want him to play. We saw him jumping all around the sidelines last week, but the doctor really didn't want him to chance it. And he comes in here, gets his first ball in about 2 weeks, and really made it count as he gets an important first down for the Fighting Clan.
First and 10 for Vineland. Same basic formation. Buckaloo is in there as a running back. Long count by Chris Viso. The pitch back over to Hart. Hart rolling around the right side. Has some running room. Busts it loose. Gets his first down at about the 20-yard line. He is brought down from behind by that strong safety, number 21, John DiAugustino. And that's a first down Clan.
Yeah, Vineland just running left tackle, right tackle up the middle. And all of a sudden they go with the pitch. They fake it in the middle to Basile. And that time the pitch to Hart, and Ocean City was caught looking in the middle. They kind of set him up with all those other running plays and was able to pick up about 10 or 12 yards. And the Clan has a first and 10 at the Ocean City 20.
And we're in the first quarter with no clock here. Hart busted loose. He could be gone. He's inside the 10, down to about the 5-yard line. Number 24 for the Clan, Kevin Hart, with another outstanding run, and it's ground game for the Clan. It's being successful.
That was the misdirection now. That's another play that they haven't used yet today. It's like we said, go left, go right, but nothing but power football. Then they tried to sweep right. Now they come back and kind of fake the sweep right and use that misdirection to the left. They have it down about the 3-yard line, it looks like, or 4-yard line, and first and goal.
Definitely first and goal. Again, it's only one wide receiver left side, and a flags fly. Somebody jumped. May have been on Ocean City.
Yeah, I see Big Daddy down there clapping, and he was the one that was across from the man who jumped from Ocean City. So obviously against Ocean City, it'll be a 5-yard penalty, but in this situation, it'll be half the distance to the goal. Kind of tough to see down there with all the dirt. There's no really yard markers. We have to look at the ball down marker on the sideline, and that tells us that's about first and 2.5 to the goal.
All right, first and 2.5. Here is the give into Buckaloo for the touchdown, and the Clan break out in front early, 6-0.
Yeah, nothing fancy, just to give the Buckaloo, and he almost looked like he was carrying through a fake that time, Matt. He kind of got the ball and just kind of walked into the end zone like, I don't really even have the ball. And so it just goes to show what great blocking he had from that offensive line, and the Clan goes on top early. Ocean City doesn't wake up soon. It's going to be a long afternoon for the Red Raiders.
Now Ducharme is going to be in kicking instead of Loftus.
Towards the ocean, something we didn't see last time. And I'm sure that as we come down here more and more often, we'll be seeing more and more.
Here we go. All right, things back up and running here from Ocean City. Big Milt Morris set to kick it. Another nice high end-over-end kick. This will come down at the goal line for the Ocean City Red Raiders. They head up to the 15. They'll get it about to the 20, where Marandino leads the charge along with Hart for the tackle, and the Red Raiders take over first and 10.
Yeah, Matthew, looking at the flags, there's not that much of a wind blowing. It almost looks like it's blowing straight across. And so it doesn't look like Big Daddy Milt Morris has that much of a wind behind him, but that's 2 of them now. He's gotten just about to the goal line. One right to the goal line. That was a little bit higher. And Ocean City again starts out right from their 20-yard line against a pumped-up Vineland High School defense.
Clan leads 6-0. We're in the first quarter, not provided with a clock today from Cary Stadium. Here's Tyrone Rolls busting it around the right side. He'll be rolled out of bounds by Haydak over the 30 to the 35-yard line. Also, John Perez in on the tackle for the Clan.
Now that time Crescenzi was in right after the handoff by the Ocean City quarterback, and boy did he just really nail Jason Fisher. I mean, he put him right on his back. But a few missed tackles that time, and Ocean City has a pickup of about 13, so they're going to have it first and 10 now at their 33-yard line. That's the best play we've seen for Ocean City yet today.
First and 10 for the Red Raiders. From their 34-yard line, here's the quarterback rolling right, pitching behind the runner and intercepted by Bernhardt if they rule it. It was a very close play, and I think they're going to give it to the Klan. Ernie Bernhardt, number 15.
That was a great play by Bernhardt as the ball was tipped. I really didn't see exactly who it was tipped by. It might have been Haydak tipped it. You know, I saw them working on that tip drill before the game, and Bernhardt just dove and definitely made the catch. Got his hand right underneath the ball before it was going to hit the ground. So Ocean City's first pass play is intercepted, and Vineland will have great position. They'll take over at the Ocean City 40-yard line, Matt.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Klan. Viso gives it to Buckaloo. Turnaround and busts his way through for about 5 yards. Down to the 35-yard line. Tackled there by all 3 linebackers for Ocean City.
I think we're going to see Buckaloo and Basil get see a lot of action today, especially if they're going to be able to pick up 5 yards at a clip. Viso might not even ever get the pass this afternoon if they can keep running like that.
2nd down for the Vineland Fighting Klan on 1270 AM, WFHM Vineland and Cable Channel 2. He got about 6 yards out of that. This is the give to Hicks, getting through near the 1st down yardage. And for our TV audience, you can see all that dust piling up. We're pretty thankful today it's not raining. That would be a mud pile.
When we came down 2 years ago, Matt, I believe it was the first game of the season, and it was just a mud bowl down here. It was the beginning of the season, so the field wasn't quite as bad, but it wasn't much better, and I've seen it even dustier.
It is 3rd down, less than 2 to go. The give is to Buckaloo. He bowls his way. I believe he has the 1st down. He needed to get inside the 30, and I think he has it.
Yeah, they're moving the chains already.
We're in the 1st quarter. The clock is out. The scoreboard barely working here at Carey Stadium. Not a whole lot of folks on hand for this one for the Red Raiders against the Vineland Fighting Klan. And it's 1st and 10 from the Red Raider 29. 1 wide receiver right side for the Klan. Movement by Ocean City. No whistle. Viso back to pass. Looping it long. Has Haydak, and he is hit by an Ocean City defender. And they call that pass interference. And I'm not quite sure that the Ocean City people won't say, well, that was an uncatchable ball.
Well, I don't know if it's an uncatchable ball, Matt. I think it might have been catchable, but I'm not really sure that should be interference. It looked like they just kind of got their legs tangled up. It almost looked like Bernardini ran, or rather was that Haydak, ran right into the Ocean City defender. So, you know, I'm not real sure about that one. They're going to call it. They're going to call interference. Now, in high school football, it doesn't go at the spot of the infraction. I believe it's a 15-yarder from the line of scrimmage. But I think Vineland got a little bit of a break there. We'll have to check this one on Channel 2 on our replays when we watch it later on in the week, because I really think that he just kind of ran into the Ocean City kid and tripped. Vineland gets a lucky flag there, I believe.
Oh, it's Bernardini, the man who had the big catch in the 2nd quarter last week against Holy Spirit, split to this side. Viso giving it to Hart. Weaves his way through for a couple and brought down from behind there by number 64, Darren Urbazeski. He's a 5'8", 175-pound nose guard.
Now, that's the first time that we've seen Vineland not really be sharp on offense. It looked like Hart and Viso kind of ran into each other that time, and they never got a really clean exchange. But everything else has just been picture perfect for the Fighting Klan this afternoon.
They only give him 1 yard. 2nd down for the Vineland Fighting Klan. Again, it's hard as Viso falls over, and virtually nothing right there is the Ocean City defense starting to stuff up that middle.
Yeah, as we said, you know, we'll see Ocean City more and more kind of pack more men in towards the middle, and just to stop that Vineland High School power game. And then what we'll see Vineland do is try to go around the end more and maybe start passing a little more.
We are in the 1st quarter. Again, we do not have a count of the time. The clock is out. I guess we'd have about maybe 3 minutes to go. Only 2 passes attempted so far, neither successful, but the Vineland pass attempt resulted in an interference against Ocean City. 3rd down, long 9. Viso making the 2nd pass attempt. It's going to be complete to Bernardini near the end zone. It's a definite 1st down and almost a touchdown. He runs those precise routes.
Boy, that was just a great catch, too. As he went down, he made a real sharp turn to his right. And as he was catching it, he got hit. He was able to hold on to the ball and keep his foot in bounds before he got knocked out of bounds. And now Vineland has a 1st and goal at the 1 yard line. Just a great catch by Bernardini.
Hart, Hicks, and Buckaloo in the backfield. Chris Viso, the quarterback. Haydak, the wide receiver this side. Crescenzi, the tight end. First man through is through for a touchdown, and that was so quick we didn't even see who it was.
I didn't see who it was. We'll have to see who gets up, man. I bet you it's Buckaloo.
John Buckaloo. Again, he is the first man through on many of those running plays, and it's 12-0, and we are going to guess that they'll go for 2 on this one.
Probably.
Well, they
thank you.
Bless you. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2, Matt. Why not? You know, you missed the first extra point, and everything's running good.
Kevin Hart and Bernardini split wide right.
Look for the sweep.
Crescenzi, the tight end. Long count for Chris Viso. 12-0 to score. Viso, and flags are down. This may be delay of game. Viso guns it behind Crescenzi. It is no good, and we'll see what the call is.
Now, what happened is Crescenzi jumped that time before the ball was snapped. He got tired of waiting and said, come on, snap the ball, and kind of jumped up. And Ocean City will certainly decline it, unless the whistle blew the play dead, which I don't think it in the first quarter.
Of course, we're earning our money today. We're both on TV and radio. Kind of assuming we're on the radio today. Glad you're along with us here, 1270 AM, WFHM. Milt Morris set to kick off for the 3rd time this quarter. Another beauty, end over end. Tyrone Rolls takes it at the 1. Now, what is this? They apparently are saying he called a fair catch. Automatic touchback. Well, that's something new. I never heard of that
I
thing
never
before.
realized that either.
I thought you could come out of the end zone with it.
Ball goes in the end zone, it's automatic touchback.
Well, boy, Milt Morris, and he is kicking against the wind. He is going from east to west, as it were, here. So somewhat less than 4 minutes to go. We're on the radio, we're on the TV, we're not for the PA announcer. We'd have the whole press box to ourselves today.
And a really nice facility here, a new facility here, by the way.
All right, it is first down. Tyrone Rolls fumbles, and who's going to come up with it? He manages to, but he'll lose a couple of yards. Robin?
Yeah, on the pitch, they never made the pitch quite right that time. And Ocean City's Rolls just kind of let the ball roll around in his hand. It looked like Crescenzi was going to take the ball right out of the air and kind of made a swat at it, but came up with air. But by that time, half the Vineland High School defense was there to roll Rolls, and he's going to be caught for a 1-yard loss.
The Vineland defense welcomes back Jim Lapsley to the linebacking corps. Perez joins him there. Here goes their quarterback rolling along right. He's got company and a face mask by number 61, David Ravitz. And he looked like he was down in Mesquite, Texas, collaring them little steers.
Yeah, did he grab him by the face mask or the back of the helmet,
No, I think he had him around the left side of the face mask.
Okay, see, I thought he grabbed him by the back of the helmet. I got kind of stuck here in the middle of the pillar, and I was looking one side, but it looked like he grabbed him by the back of the neck. But it doesn't matter what I say, because the official said he has him by the face mask, and the official's going to mark off 15 yards.
Of course, if I can get into Vineland and see this game on cable over the weekend and next week, I may be proven wrong, and David Ravitz may come look and find out where I live. If he was indeed. But the referees there did call a face mask. First major mistake really by the Klan. They'll face the Ocean City a 1st down and 10.
Yeah, Vineland's got to be careful not to become too complacent. They came out all pumped up. They have a 12-0 lead. Now they would just, they want to keep their momentum going here.
All right, 1st down. The run gets little or nothing by their fullback for Ocean City, so make it 2nd down and 10.
Something Coach Tony Galenti, the Ocean City coach, said that he wants to do is have a more varied offense. So we haven't seen too much of it. We haven't seen too much of it yet this year, or rather today, as a little microphone problem here. But he kind of has been going back and forth through the years. One year he wants a power offense, one year he wants a varied offense. Supposedly we're supposed to see a varied offense here, but we haven't seen it too much yet today. 2nd
down and 10, quarterback rolling right. He's got company, guns it, has his man incomplete. Great hit there by number 24, Kevin Hart. And the Klan have forced a 3rd down situation on Ocean City, so the passing game has not really worked for Ocean City either today.
No, but that was a perfect pass. I mean, hit the kid right in the numbers. He's ready to put the ball away, but in comes Kevin Hart and just knocks the stuffing out of him, including the ball. And therefore, it's an incomplete pass, but chalk that one up. Give all the credit to Kevin Hart. Just made an excellent hit.
Third down and 10 for the Ocean City Red Raiders. They trail 12-0. We'd like to tell you how much time there is left in the first quarter, but there is no clock. Pitch back coming to Tyrone Rolls. Rolls hit by Jim Walters, holds him up long enough for most of the city of Vineland to come in and finish off that tackle. Gang tackling by the Klan.
Yeah, well, that time Walters just completely ran right around the Ocean City back that was supposed to block him. I don't know what the blocker was thinking about, but he just kind of ran right past Walters. Walters ran right past him, and Walters said, hello, here I am. 2-yard gain, that's okay. It's fourth down now, and you're going to have to punt, Ocean City.
Jeff Eckerson, back number 78, to kick. To receive, I believe that's Bernardini, 81, along with 24, Kevin Hart. High spiraling kick, which will bounce at about the 30. 1270 AM, WFHM, and Cable Channel 2. We're watching number 24, Kevin Hart, roll to his right side and be rolled out of bounds after another good gain, but a penalty marker down, Robin.
Oh, okay, I didn't see the penalty marker, and it's down where the area where that sweep was, so it's, I'm sure, going to be against Vineland. It's that below the block waist that we see all the time, probably. You're not allowed to block below the waist in high school football, and I think I think that's what they're going to call. As if we don't get this microphone fixed soon on the radio side, I'm going to throw it out the window.
Tell you what, we can share mics. How's that? We've got enough cables here. All righty.
It will be against Vineland. It'll be a 15-yarder, Matt, and it'll be, I think they're going to call clipping.
1270 AM, WFHM. The Klan are now put back all the way at their 15-yard line. Chris Viso is the quarterback, and they roll the clock. We should have, I would guess, less than a minute to go, as we don't have any clock today.
In the first quarter.
And now, yes, and now no other microphone. Buckaloo taking the pitch, going to his left side. Nice tackle made there by number 21. That's John DeAugustine, a 5'6", 155-pound defensive back.
That microphone, he's telling me. Vineland High School is leading here 12-0 to begin the second quarter. They have the ball. It's going to be 1st and 25. Make that 2nd and 25. That's a loss of down. Back at their own 15-yard line, but they've had things pretty much their own way here.
Hello.
In this in the first quarter.
Ah, hi, Robin.
Still there, Matt?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good for now.
Okay.
All righty. The Vineland, you too can be a radio and TV star. Look at all these envious people looking into us from Ocean City here. And some of the Millville people are here because they have got to face Ocean City later on, I understand.
And Coach Tony Cerace is here, and see if we can get him up to join us at halftime, see his view on this ball game.
All right, the Vineland Fighting Klan have the ball, 1st and 10. Give up the middle. Buckaloo, I believe. And he gets a couple. Then they need a lot more than that.
Matt, while you were away, there was a penalty, so it was 2nd and 25. When you were trying to fix that microphone, the Klan got penalized quite a bit. And now it's going to be 3rd down and looks like about, almost 20. Maybe call it a 3rd down and 18. And I don't think Vineland's going to do anything fancy. They might throw a pass, but I think it'll be a high percentage pass if they do. They got a 12-0 lead. Why mess around?
Okay, again, nothing fancy there. 2nd down.
I just handed it off to Buckaloo right up the middle, and as we said, they're going to be happy here. Okay, we messed up a little bit on that one play. We got penalized 15 yards. So we'll run the ball, hold on to the ball. Our defense is playing great. Let's see if we can get Haydak to give us a great punt here. As it will be 4th down and about 17. Haydak is down at about his 10-yard line for the punt. And he gets off a great punt. It's going to be fielded by Ocean City about the 42-yard line. Gets up almost to midfield where he's tackled by a host of Vineland tacklers. And it'll be 1st and 10 Ocean City from their own 48-yard line. Vineland High School defense has yet to let the Ocean City Red Raider offense into Vineland High School territory this afternoon. So with Ocean City at the 48-yard line, if my memory is correct, I think that's about the best field position that Ocean City has had so far this afternoon.
Yeah, Red Raiders have not been blessed with a plethora of offense this year. Their best starting position, Tyrone Rolls bowls it through across the 50 down to the 46-yard line. And that's one of the best runs the Red Raiders have had so far this year, too.
Yeah, they looked a little more pumped up. Their offensive line fired out and blew Vineland off the line of scrimmage and gave Rolls a little bit of rolling room there, and he picked up about 8 yards. And as I just mentioned, that's the first time now that they've been into Vineland High School territory.
Vineland Fighting Clan lead 12-0. We are somewhere in the second quarter with no clock here at Ocean City and 1.5 microphones. Tyrone Rolls bullying his way forward for a first down. Ocean City with the ball. They are in Vineland territory down to about the 40-yard line, and that'll be another first down for the Red Raiders.
That's one of the few first downs that Ocean City has gotten so far this afternoon, Matt. Now, it might be only the second first down they've got.
Not much happening for the Red Raiders so far on offense. Again, they trail 12-0. We'll return home to Gatone Memorial Stadium, where everything works, and we will be on the air at 1:15 for a 1:30 ball game, and that is next Saturday afternoon against the Egg Harbor Township Eagles. Full house backfield for Ocean City. They want to get something good. It's a quarterback rolling right. He gives off to Tyrone Rolls, and a beautiful tackle by Ernie Bernhardt, and checked in there as well, William Hicks. Took his feet right out from under him. Tyrone Rolls, nothing doing there. It'll be second down and 10 from the Clan 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like a sweep as the quarterback pitched the ball. I believe it was Crescenzi really knocked him to his feet. But then it looked like once he pitched the ball, that Rolls was going to have some running room. But Hicks just came up and completely blew the whole play apart. And he just flew right past the blocker and threw his body at the runner Rolls and stopped him for no gain at all.
Second down and 10 for Ocean City. The Clan are up 12-0. Quarterback fading back, now rolling to his right, lofts it out. Nobody anywhere near there. I think it was intended for Rolls. I know Jim Walters was covering on the play, and he was the closest one to it.
Now, Fisher, the quarterback for Ocean City, looked like he was starting to get under some pressure and just kind of threw the ball out wherever he saw a red shirt, where he thought a red shirt might be, but nobody was really there. You're right, Matt, and never really had a chance of completing that pass. But that's credit to Vineland High School defensive line, as they were really in that time on Jason Fisher and forced him just to throw the ball away.
Jason Fisher, the quarterback for Ocean City. We are in the second quarter. 12-0 Vineland Fighting Clan. Timeout called by the Red Raiders, and since we've managed to get both microphones working here on the radio side, I think we'll keep it here and just jawbone for a little bit. The Vineland Clan, most everything has gone well for them so far. The ground attack, a couple of running touchdowns. The extra points really have not come easily, as Ducharme had one blocked. No word on why Greg Loftus not kicking this week.
Yeah, Ducharme got a rather rude introduction to Cape Atlantic extra points is, I mean, he never even had a chance. Somebody just came in completely unblocked. It looked like Lawrence Taylor coming in there, and his foot had barely touched the ball to kick the extra point. And the Ocean City kid was just right there. I mean, the ball hit him right in the gut. He had such a great block on it.
We'll take a look at halftime on the radio side, what went on last night in the Cape Atlantic Division II, the Buna Chiefs in action. We'll also give you a schedule as to what's going on this afternoon. A lot of action in Cape 1 and 2. This one of the later starting games. There will be a night game for those of you in Millville as the T-Bolts try and remain undefeated. Oh, I'll give you a report on that Bridgeton game I went to last week against Lower Cape May. Oof. You didn't miss a whole lot, to be honest with you. A brutal affair between the Bulldogs and the Capers. Lower Cape May, by the way, playing up the street at Atlantic City this afternoon in an interdivisional battle. Back to what we have here at the 40-yard line. Ocean City with their deepest penetration of the afternoon. Full house backfield, wide receiver right side, third down and 10. Here's Jason Fisher rolling to his right, has a blocker, fires it, has his man, the wide receiver. That's number 14, Tom Connick, and the biggest play of the afternoon for Ocean City garners them another first down.
Something that Vineland has been susceptible to, and that's the pass. And sometimes this season, even when they've had great pass coverage, they've been burnt by it. That time, I don't think the coverage, we could call it great. It was good, but it wasn't great. A man did get open by a yard or so, and Ocean City now has their deepest penetration of the afternoon here midway through the second quarter.
Connick splits wide to the near side. Basically what Vineland has a formation. Tyrone Rolls gets a couple of yards inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line, and most of the interior linemen for the Vineland Fighting Clan in on the stop, led by Jamie Lapsley and Joe Crescenzi.
Again, Vineland has to start getting a little bit concerned here. They've got a 12-0 lead, but you know, now this Ocean City team looks like now they're starting to get pumped up. You know, you don't want to see momentum switch, and it will switch often in a high school football game, and it really looks like it's starting to switch over to the Ocean City side of things, as we've got a timeout on the field for, I believe, some type of equipment problem, but that's fixed right away. And here comes Ocean City with a 2nd and 6 down at the Vineland 25-yard line, Matt.
Somewhere in the second quarter we are. Give is to the second man through for Ocean City, inside the 25 down to the 23. They need to get inside the 20 for a first down. So Ocean City starting to try and get Mother Mo on their side. Momentum.
Yeah, they are, but that time they didn't have a good handoff. The runner Rolls, when he went through, he had the ball right on his hip. He never really put it away, and he just kind of had to go down and make sure he put the ball away.
Is that 8 minutes left? Thank you. I'm not used to counting fingers. No clock here at Ocean City today. We were told there's 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. Full house backfield, third down, make it a 5. Here comes Fisher, going to be dropped. Tyrone Rolls drops the ball, and Jamie Lapsley drops him. Outstanding defensive play, taking advantage of an Ocean City miscue. It'll be 4th down and about 12 or 13 for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, but let's credit Dean Castellini with that one, Matt, because when Fisher was starting to roll out and went to pitch, Castellini was just right in his face and was bringing him down. And Fisher made a pitch that he should have never pitched that ball. It just hit the ground and started rolling around, and Rolls went to pick it up, and Lapsley was right in his face. But let's give all the credit in the world to Dean Castellini, who got through there and just broke up that whole play.
It is 4th down and a bundle, say about 15 for Ocean City. They trail 12-0. Clan up on top, 2 running touchdowns. Fisher rolling to his right side, has Castellini in his face. Walters comes down with the interception. Walters still on his feet, 20, 25, 30, has one man to beat, can't do it. He's bumped out of bounds by number 15, Tom Shallcross. An excellent interception by Jim Walters, almost a one-hand catch.
Yeah, it was, but it's a good thing Walters ran that ball back all the way to about the 40-yard line, because Ocean City had 4th down and 15, Matt. They threw it downfield. Walters intercepts it. He really should have been tackled down about the 25-yard line. The real smart thing to do then would have been to bat the ball down. Then for sure Vineland has the ball right around the 40-yard line. As it was, Walters was able to evade the tackle and get up just a few yards past the line of scrimmage, so did make a net gain on it.
Clan takes over. We're under 8 minutes to go, second quarter. They lead 12-0 rather. Here is 23 Hicks rolling through for a couple of yards, and he'll be brought down by number 46 for the Ocean City Red Raiders. That's Doug Coleman.
I was going to say, Matt, 10-0. You subtracting points? Cause
yes. This is one of those days I was told about years ago where, well, I'll tell you, New Jersey Bell, when they did install the line, they left us a phone book, apparently thinking perhaps we were going to live here.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad place to live. It's a beautiful facility here in Ocean City. A brand new press box.
2nd down and 5. Viso down the line, takes the pitch. It's Hart. Hart rolling around the right side. He'll be stopped short of the first down. Nice pursuit there by the Red Raiders. We'll see who made the tackle. Tyrone Rolls, first man in on the hit.
Matt, they're going to mark this real close to a first down. You know, it looks to me like they ought to measure. It looks to me from this angle like he's got it. They're signaling. I don't know what they're signaling.
3rd down, less than a yard to go is where they mark it at the 49-yard line.
I mean, if that line is straight, Matt, I mean, it's right across from us. I mean, that's a first down.
Well, look who's back in, 53, Matt Hott. That's a little surprising from what I'd heard outside the camp today. He wouldn't see much playing time.
And they are going to measure now.
Well, we thank you for standing with us this afternoon. Been kind of a hectic start. Must be the saltwater air or something that's causing all the confusion.
That's one nice thing about the shore. You can blame everything on the salt air. Boy, I'm gaining weight. I'm eating too much. That's the salt air.
Well, it's a gorgeous afternoon for football on 1270 AM, WFHM, and Cable Channel 2. The Clan are home next week, 1:15 Saturday afternoon against Egg Harbor Township. We'll be on the air at 1:15, kickoff at 1:30. 3rd down. First down, sorry, they have the 3 and not the 1, so he did make it. Viso, the full house backfield. Chris lofts it long for Bernardini. He won't catch up to it. Tyrone Rolls was with him every step of the way.
Bernardini was bumping a little bit that time with Rolls, but, you know, definitely not interference either way. Viso had a little bit of pressure being put on him and just kind of threw the bomb to Bernardini, but just overthrew him by about a yard. Bernardini never quite could get to it.
So it'll be 2nd down from just shy of midfield. 12-0. The Vineland Fighting Clan out in front with a couple of early touchdowns by, we're told, John Buckaloo got the first one and the second one. Haydak comes to the near side. Hart, Hicks, and Buckaloo are the running backs, and actually Kevin Hart will come wide as well. So they run with split backs. Oh, Ballpark figure about 4 minutes left. They go with the option. Viso keeps it, only gets a couple, and brought down in a cloud of dust. In there by number 89, that is Sean Murphy, a 6'3", 190-pound defensive end.
Yeah, Viso had a real tough decision that time. He had a little bit of an opening to run it himself, and both backs there was a man out with each of them, but you know, he might have pitched it, he might have ran it up. It was really a tough decision, and when he made the cut, it looked like the correct decision, but then Ocean City really closed the hole up quick and stopped them for a gain of about 2 yards.
Bernardini and Hart go wide to the right side on 3rd down and 7 from the Ocean City 48. Viso back to pass. There's a hold in the middle of the line. They get it out to Hicks. Hicks running for the first down. He'll have it, and more. Hicks cuts it back inside, gets around, has 2 men to beat. He's still on his feet and brought down from behind by number 64, Darren Urbaseski, and we'll see what the penalty is about.
That's really a shame because that's really a great play. It's a new play we saw from Vineland, as it is going to be against Vineland. The penalty is going to be a personal foul, and that was called right as the ball was right after the ball was snapped. So generally it's something you don't see right after the ball snapped, the personal foul. But what that play was, man, for our radio audience that didn't see it, was Hicks it looked like they might sweep, but he rolled out to the left, and Viso hit him with a pass, almost a lateral, about a 10-yard pass, but just diagonally across the field. And then Hicks runs it up. He has a lot of open running room. He made a great run out of it, made a couple different cutbacks, but it's all going to go for naught as Vineland High School is going to be penalized here, 15 yards personal foul. And, Matt, they're going to lose 10, 20, 30, 40, about 50 yards total on that play. They would have been down around their own 20 or 10-yard line. Instead, they're back. They have 3rd down and miles at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd down the Klan at their own 35. They need to get to the Red Raider 40. Official timeout. There are 4 minutes left, so we're getting 12, 8, and 4-minute warnings because there is no clock. We are in the 2nd quarter. The Klan are up 12-0. Cary Stadium, Ocean City is where we are. I'm Matthew Birmingham along with Robin Daplin. Viso, nice give to Hicks. He's got a lot of pasture to run through. Gets to the 50-yard line, stumbles down to the 45 before he is brought down there by 64. That should be Urbaseski, and it is. And 21 as well for Ocean City, DeAugustine.
Yeah, that was a great call. Just a little draw play to Hicks. And, you know, everybody's looking past, so you're on the draw play. What have you got to lose? Even if they stop you for no gain, you're still going to punt. Now they've got it 4th and 5. They're at the Ocean City 45-yard line, about 20 or 30 yards made up by Hicks that time, but Vineland's going to elect to punt with a 12-0 lead.
Hadak to punt from his own 40. Nice spiraling kick. Cool, though, to be walking up and down the beach. Glad you're along with us on 1270 AM WFHM as well as Cable Channel 2. Unexpected visit from Charlie and the folks. Normally Ocean City does all their cable games, and you see it when Vineland comes down here, but such was not the case today, so we bang the microphones together now and again.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. Generally, the Ocean City Cable Company almost always covers the Ocean City games. I'm surprised they're not here this afternoon.
Well, you get the benefit of our dulcet tones this afternoon. First Ocean City play for a little or no gain as Tyrone Rolls gets nothing on that one. 2nd down and 10. We are under 4 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. No clock here at Cary Stadium. The Vineland Klan, though, lead 12-0.
Hey, Matt, I have to say a get well to Dr. Gerald Luongo. The principal of Vineland High School suffered a little bit of anxiety or stress attack this weekend, was hospitalized for a couple days, is now home recuperating. Supposedly is going to be coming back in a week from Monday, so good luck, Doc. Hope you get well soon.
He's a good man. Fisher, the quarterback, took 2 steps and fell down, and as the rules state in high school football, once the knee hits, the play is over.
I hope the Doc has as good as luck in his recovery as the Vineland Fighting Klan have had this first half. They just about done everything right. They've got a 12-0 lead.
Vineland Fighting Klan marching band here this afternoon. Red Raiders maybe just killing off the first half. If the Klan can get one more possession, and because of the lack of a clock, we're not sure if they will, they should have pretty good field position. Shallcross running at left side. Great tackle there by Lapsley, 64. We want to see who else in on that. Bernhardt, Ernie Bernhardt coming up from the secondary to make that tackle. 4th down, Ocean City.
Boy, that Lapsley is tough. You know, you saw that play developing, and you see it's a sweep, and you see, you know, a few players try to catch up, and the blocker's trying to get out there, and all of a sudden it's like a speeding bullet. Who comes through but Jimmy Lapsley, and just completely makes the play and stops it for a gain of 2 yards, and it looked like, you know, or gain about 3 or 4 yards. It looked like it should have been a gain of about 10 yards, but I'll tell you, and remember, he didn't play against Holy Spirit.
Bernardini and Hart set to receive the punt. Bernardini, a line shot from Erickson, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, cuts it round left side and runs head on into number 84, George Karianis. Why is it every time I call a tackle for Ocean City, it's got a name like Karianis, Urbazeski? Question, and maybe answer yours, if you're so concerned. Apparently, the cable system here in Ocean City, all under one branch now, and they ran out of announcers.
Hey, they could have hired us.
Yeah, well, we're busy.
Well, we'll do it. We would have done it for a couple hundred a game, right, Matt? Would you have been available?
Charlie, what do you think? That's our cameraman and engineer and all-around good guy technician who operates the cable channel 2 system here. Yeah, hey, if we get more, he does too, I guess. All righty, here we go. The Clan with excellent field position. John Hersey back at center, number 50 for Vineland. From the 25-yard line, the Clan set up shop. Wide receiver Bernardini and Hart is out there. Viso rolling to his right. He's got company. Has to get rid of it over Buckaloo's head and almost picked off by number 21, John DeAugustine.
Yeah, that's the kind of pass that Viso wants to just throw away because he was being chased, and he really had to throw on the run, and he wasn't able to strong arm. He just saw Buckaloo, but Buckaloo was well covered. That's the one he's got to throw away. That was a very dangerous pass. Now, Vineland High School, if they score here, really puts Ocean City in a hole. Ocean City has to stop Vineland from scoring here. They can go into halftime with a 12-0 lead. They go into halftime down 3 touchdowns. They're in big trouble.
Big disadvantage for the Clan and Ocean City. We don't know how much time is left. The clock is not operating. Viso runs it over to Hicks. Hicks has to cut it back inside to get to the original line of scrimmage. Has some open field running. Tries to get to the 15. Won't make it there. He is brought down right back in the middle of the field. So that's a play that took about 25 yards to run and got him only about 5.
Yeah, they picked up 5, and that was the play before that that Vineland threw the ball out to the right, to the left, and Hicks gained quite a few yards. That time he only got 5 on that little halfback pass.
Vineland has called a timeout. 12-0. The Vineland Fighting Clan are leading Ocean City. Coming up, some very difficult games for the Clan. They have to return home against Egg Harbor. While they may not be the most difficult team on the face of the earth, they do pose somewhat of a challenge. And then after that, it's out to Seabrook, where the Clan haven't been, what, about 2 or 3 years to face Cumberland?
It's been at least 2 years. I know we weren't there last year. And, right, Egg Harbor, Cumberland, and then the following week is that week off, that dreaded week off.
That is the 5th of November. Then they come back against Mainland. I have to find out where Mainland is. Never been there in my life.
Not too far down the road from here, Matt.
Oh, that's good.
And then they have another week, or another Saturday off, and then it's Millville Thanksgiving Day at Gatone Stadium this year, Matt.
That is, we're going to find out this year if it's the 112th or 113th renewal, something like that. But you'll see it on Cable Channel 2 and hear it live on 1270 AM, WFHM, where we are right now. Full house backfield, wide receiver left side, Chris Viso, 3rd down from the 20-yard line. Viso is going to throw. It's going to be out of Bernardini's hands. And number 81, incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. You got fans up here, Robin, or what?
Yeah, it's a buddy of mine, Mr. Harv, guy I work with in the summer.
Is that his natural hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't get kidded about it too much either.
No, I'm sure he doesn't.
You know, Matt, they've got a 4th down here now, and they're at 4th and 5 at their own 20. Yeah, certainly they're going to go for it. I wonder if anybody ever thought about field goal. I guess not.
Well, now Derek Ducharme is kicking, and his extra point attempt was blocked from the 20. They need to get to just inside the 15. Viso may keep it himself, pitches back to Hicks. He's got a long way to go. He's tripped up, but he keeps on going. Hicks will have the 1st down inside the 10 to about the 9. Excellent effort.
Yeah, and I think Vineland's going to call immediate timeout. I guess there must be, around a minute left to play here in this first half. And Vineland has, where are they spotting the ball, Matt? Is that about the 10-yard line?
Well, we're watching as they're carrying the ball around. It's at the 9, they say. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, the Clan called a timeout, and I believe that's their 2nd timeout. I think they have one more timeout left So, and again, the clock is not working today, so we do not know how much time there is left in this first half. But Ocean City's in big trouble because if Vineland scores here, as we said, it puts them down 3 touchdowns. That's going to be tough to come back against Vineland. It's a good football team Vineland's fielding out here this afternoon.
Could be a backbreaker for the Ocean City Red Raiders. The Clan looking to go for their 3rd win of the year, would be their 3rd in Cape Atlantic Division I. The 2 losses they've suffered, of course, have come to the hands of the Pemberton Hornets on that tough opening day loss up there, 34-0. And their 2nd loss, their first Cape 1 loss at the hands of Holy Spirit last week, 27-20. An outstanding effort by the Clan that just came up short.
Yeah, and a lot of the thinking was that they'd come out here against Ocean City and be all depressed and down, but just the opposite has happened. They've come out really fired up this first half, and I formation now, Matt.
From the 9, Bernardini and Hart wide receivers for Chris Viso. Long count, Viso rolling to his right, has Hicks for a blocker, now has to get rid of it, cuts back in, going to be brought down by number 86, Tom Jameson. Loose ball, and Ocean City, and now we got a little scuffle down there. Is that Viso on the bottom? Whoop, no, he got up and got away. I beg your pardon. It was just a joyous exuberance by 2 Ocean City players. They look like they were beating the stuffings out of each other down there.
Yeah, that was. Viso was rolling right. He had a blocker out there. I believe it was Hicks or Hart, and he just waited a little bit too long, and the Ocean City defender was able to beat the blocker, get to Viso as Viso was starting to cock his arm, knock the ball out of it, and then fall on it. And now it looks like Ocean City has called a timeout.
Well, we have a moment or two left in the first half. No clock today. Is the clock down, or is there just nobody to operate it?
No, it's down.
It's down. I was going to say, we're on cable TV, we're on radio. We could...
Yeah, you run the clock, I'll sell the popcorn, man.
Yeah. Why not? That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, Ocean City dodged one heck of a bullet there. Vineland's down at the 9-yard line, and looks like they're working their way in for another score. Now Ocean City has something to build on, similar to what Vineland had to build on last week. Vineland was down by 2 touchdowns going into halftime, and or looked like they were going to be down 2 touchdowns, and they went in to score right at the end. So I'm sure Vineland has that in the back of their mind, that long bomb from Viso to Bernardini, and put them right back in the game. They went in halftime all pumped up. They came out and completely outplayed Holy Spirit the second half. So Vineland, they're really in a prevent defense, though, Matt.
It is first down. Fisher to his right, then rolls back in, has his man Tyrone Rolls for a short gain, and we'll see who got him. That's Lapsley, of course, number 64 to the 30. That'll give him about a 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Clan are up 12-0. No huddle offense. I formation. 1 wide receiver who was at the other end of the field from where Fisher threw it. What do you think about that rule? In the pros, you can just slam it right down when you take 1 step back. You can fire it out of bounds just to stop the clock. That really, to me, that kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, I almost think that maybe they ought to make a rule where it says, okay, we'll give up a down. Okay, but we're not going to, if you stop the clock, instead of having the stupid thing where the quarterback steps back and has to throw it, or the guy should throw it out of bounds, and just say, okay, stop the clock, we'll give up a down.
Well, 3rd down and about 4 yards to go from the 30. Final seconds of this first half. Fisher is going to be brought. No, he gets away from Crescenzi, gets away from another one, and Joe says, well, I'll get you this time. And actually, it was 61 on the initial hit. That's David Ravitz.
And that'll be the end of the half, too, Matt.
Well, I got a stopwatch on this little watch my fiance gave me. I wonder if...
And Vineland High School will receive this kickoff, Matt. Ocean City will have the little bit of wind that there is in the second half. They will be going from the ocean towards the bay here in Ocean City, and Vineland High School will take this kickoff.
And we are set to go. Number 53 making his first kickoff today. That's Chris Daly, normally a linebacker. Set to go, kicking into the wind, although it didn't hurt Big Daddy Milt Morris, who got 3 kickoffs down near the goal line and 1 into the end zone going the other way. And here we go. Daly gets a 15-yard run. End-over-end kickoff. It comes down to Bernardini. He takes it on the 5 across the 15 to the 20, heads it right up the middle, has 2 more men to beat, but he can't do it, but does find his way out near the 40-yard line, and he's brought down there by the kicker, as well as number 15, Tom Shallcross.
Yeah, we saw Bernardini back and took a punt and made a nice return. Now he takes a kickoff down at the 5. He brings it all the way up to just about the 40-yard line, the 39-yard line, but Hey, he's a nice kick returner, too. That kid can run with the football. Not only can he catch, but he can run with the football.
Well, for the first time in several games, Crescenzi will be a wideout. He comes to the near side, full house backfield this time. I would assume Walters is at tight end or someone of that stature. As the first man through is Buckaloo. He bowls his way out for a first down over the 50, down to about the 49-yard line.
You know who was at tight end that time was Big Daddy. Milt Morris was playing tight end, something we haven't seen, and something we haven't seen since the first game. Crescenzi going out to be a wide receiver. I think he'd rather play that wide receiver spot.
He'd like to catch a pass. In that game against Pemberton and the second one against Atlantic City, he couldn't buy a reception. Viso on the first down play as Crescenzi comes wide out this time. Viso gives it to Hicks. Hicks busts his way through down to about the 45-yard line. Brought down from behind there by number 84. That's George Karianis.
The Vineland High School offense is taking off right where they left off when they, at the end of the first half. You know, they're charging off the ball. They look really pumped up, and just the way they started the ball game. And, you know, they're on a drive already.
Second down, make it 5. From the 44-yard line, they mark it. Chris Viso and the Vineland Fighting Clan up 12-0. Viso takes the pitch, keeps it himself, goes inside, will be near a first down as he gets down to about the 39-yard line. Everybody kind of just stopped there for a second, Robin, as Viso didn't know who to pitch to, and they didn't bother tackling him.
No, Viso looked like he was very confused on that play. Didn't know whether to pitch it or not, and it kind of made the motion like he was, then thought, should I? You know, and when he was doing that, everybody else was confused because they said, well, is he, isn't he, isn't he? And he didn't, and he was able to run upfield for about 4 yards, and it looks like he's going to have a first down. We'll see if they measure, and he's going to have it. First down, Vineland.
Shane Gang comes in. He has it by about half the length of a football. So we'll see Milt Morris. Now, he's wearing 72. Does it apply where he has to, if he plays tight end, appeal to the referee telling him, I'm an ineligible number?
He's not playing it now.
No.
I thought he was that one down. Now, I might have been mistaken, but it looked like he was that one down.
Well, I think they're using double wide, left and right this time, so no tight end. Buckaloo has the ball, has a couple of yards, brought down from behind there by 86 Tom Jameson. So this is a little unusual for the Clan. No tight end this time around.
No, none at all. And Buckaloo's going to pick up about 6. Just power football for Vineland.
Does this perhaps string out the defense a little bit when you put another man on a wide receiver?
Oh, definitely. It's going to force them, if they're a man-to-man coverage, put an extra man out there, and if they're in a zone, they actually have to put 2 men out as they do it again.
Bernardini wide left, Crescenzi wide right. Full house backfield, 2nd and 5. Third quarter, the Clan up 12-0. Viso back to pass, looking for Bernardini. Has all day, has him in his sights, turns around, but it just falls to his left side. Bernardini guarded there by 15 Tom Shawcross, and Viso took a shot as he released the ball.
Yeah, Viso had to kind of guess at which way Bernardini was going to cut that time, because he had 2 men bearing down on him and only 1 blocker. And he kind of saw Bernardini was still running, hadn't really made his cut yet. He just kind of threw the ball out towards the sideline. Bernardini looked like he wanted to cut up the middle, but then saw the ball going towards the sideline. Had to cut that way, but didn't really even come close to catching it.
Again, Crescenzi wide right. We'll see who that is. It's either Haydack. It is Haydack as Viso takes it down the line, gives it to Hicks, and Hicks is upended as Hart could not fight off the block. And an excellent play there by number 21, John DeAugustine.
Yeah, DeAugustine that time just went right through the block of Hart and just pushed Hart and himself right into Hicks and really upended Hicks and forced Vineland for a 5-yard loss. And now I think Vineland probably will kick the ball. Instead of going for it at 4th down, that loss would force them to kick. And no, I'm wrong. They're going to go for it.
Well, now they mark their... Boy, the guy with the ball marker is dreadfully late there. It's 4th down and 11. Viso back to pass with a full house backfield. Guns it right side over the head of Bernardini, and Ocean City takes over on downs.
I'm really surprised, Matt, that Vineland went for it there. I really thought they would kick because it was 4th down and 10. They're at the 40-yard line. They've got a 12-0 lead, but Coach Parentazzi decided to gamble, just like his assistant coach Keith Petrosky was doing at the JV game. He gambled for it 4th and he was back at his own 8-yard line with 56 seconds left to play. So a gambling Vineland High School coaching staff this year.
Tell me about that after this play. Ocean City with a full house backfield, and Fisher gives to Tyrone Rolls for a couple of yards. Okay, what was the position and who are they playing?
They had the ball on their own 8-yard line. It's the end of the game. They're ahead by 7 points, 4th and 6, 56 seconds left to play in the game. Naturally, you take a safety and then you punt it from the 20, or you kick it. You punt the ball out of there. But no, not Keith Petrosky. He calls a run, which turned into a pass play, but they made the first down. They're able to run out the clock and win the game. So, gambling Keith.
Oh, my goodness. That's a big call there on the JV game. They eventually won that as well. JV's having a pretty good season. Full house and a wide receiver left side. Fisher, again, Tyrone Rolls, sweep right. Rolls will have a couple of yards. Rolled out toward the other side. Lapsley in on the tackle, as well as Jim Walters, number 32.
You know, we've been saying it's been all Vineland High School this afternoon, but they're only ahead by 12 points. Now that's, 2 touchdowns at best. Ocean City gets a big play here and scores a touchdown, and all of a sudden this becomes a completely different ball game. Vineland looked like they're going to have things their own way, and it looked like they started on a drive, but then a couple incomplete passes and a 5-yard loss. Now all of a sudden Ocean City's got a 3rd and 1. They're right around the 50-yard line.
Third, maybe a little more than 1. They're in their own territory again. Tyrone Rolls hit and gets a 2nd and 3rd effort, bowls his way into Vineland territory, and it's a first down for Ocean City. This is one of the few times, in fact, the first time the Clan have led going into the 3rd quarter.
Yes, it is. Generally, their first halves this year have been, they just haven't really played good football in the first half, and I think you're right, man. I think this is the first time they've led going into the second half, and Ocean City has the first down there in Vineland High School territory.
And that lead is 12-0. We're in the 3rd quarter, no clock, so we don't know how much time there is. Again, the fullback is going forward for only a couple. Let's mention the defense on there. Castellini, number 43, and that, of course, is Willie Hart anchoring that line. Rabbits is in there. John Hersey, Bernhardt, Haydack, Walters. We'll see who else. Buckaloo in there. Crescenzi, number 84. I believe that's everybody. Lapsley is probably in there as well. 2nd down and 8 from the 46-yard line. Red Raiders trailing 12-0. Again, Tyrone Rolls, brought down from behind by Willie Hart. Outstanding play.
Yeah, because they were rolling, they were sweeping from the opposite side of Hart. So they were sweeping around the right side. He came from the middle or his left side and just ran the play down from behind. Something a lineman is not supposed to be able to do. He's not supposed to be able to catch a running back from behind, but before that play could ever get going, he just caught the play from behind. Did Willie Hart. Great play.
So it's 3rd down and about 8 for Ocean City. They are at the Vineland 46-yard line. First 3rd and long effort of the 3rd quarter. Wide receiver left. Here is Fisher. Rolling to his left. Has his man open. Decides to underthrow him. And he really should have completed that pass to Tom Connick. That would have given him the first down, but instead it's 4th and 8 for Ocean City.
Now that would have been one heck of a catch because the Ocean City receiver, he was open, but he had Vineland defenders to within a yard of him either side. I think they would have been able to probably knock the ball down. So probably was a wise thing as any just to throw the ball on the ground, as everybody was kind of covered.
Eckerson, the punter, from his own 40. Bernardini and number 24. That's, of course, Kevin Hart set to receive, and they won't get anywhere near this because it's off the side of his foot. Takes a right and heads out of bounds at the 28-yard line, so the Clan with good field position.
Yeah, it's only going to be about a 15-yard punt, as you're right, Matt. That ball just did go off the side of his foot. It looked like one of those wounded duck flutterers type punts, and Vineland will take over with decent field position. When you're kicking from the 45-yard line, the opponent's 45-yard line, you expect to get them down with, at least past the 20. So Vineland will take over in decent field position.
There was a duck blind anywhere near it. That football would have been full of buckshot. 1st and 10, Viso given through to Buckaloo for about 3. Brought down initial hit by 64, Darren Urbazeski.
Now, Matt, just when it looked like Ocean City was going to start to, make a football game of this, they kind of stalled out. And great play by Willie Hart, and that kind of really stalled that drive.
That'll do it.
But you could hear the fans are starting to clap a little louder. It's getting a little bit more noise on this side, the Ocean City side, but Now Vineland has the ball.
Now Crescenzi, the lone wideout. They hand it through to Hart, and he is loose down the left sideline. Has one man, that Shawcross, to beat. He won't do it. Be brought down inside the 30-yard line. Kevin Hart with one of his custom-made, fast-breaking efforts from the line of scrimmage, and he comes up a little lame on that one as Shawcross really threw him to the cow pasture.
Yeah, it made it all the way down to the 25-yard line, though, Matt. No, they're going to say he stepped out way back here at the 38-yard line.
Well, if that's the case, then should not Shawcross be called for a little roughing, because he was thrown out of bounds inside the 30 all the way at the 25?
Well, you know, he could say that he didn't hear the whistle. Both of them were going, and I'm sure all the Vineland High School players right in front there were yelling and screaming, so it's got to be a tough whistle to hear. But they heard the whistle. Yeah, you're right. It should be a penalty.
Hart, Hicks, and Buckaloo, the full house backfield, 1st and 10 for the Clan. This is Hicks running into a wall after he gets about 3 inside the 35 to maybe about the 34-yard line. 2nd down and about 5.
Yeah, Matt, you're right. You called that he ran into a wall, but he was able to push that wall forward for a couple yards, and he's picked up, it looks like about, well, it looks like it's going to be 4 or 5, so he'll have 2nd and 5. But on that play to Hart, that was just pure speed on his part, the play before when he ran down that sideline.
Crescenzi wide out right side now. Full house backfield once again. The tight end is on the left side. Viso gives to Buckaloo. Buckaloo bulling his way forward. He didn't get much. He won't have the first down to be sure, but Ocean City swallowing up that middle again.
We've got a 12-0 ball game. Vineland is winning. We're somewhere in the middle of the 3rd quarter as the clock is out. Haven't got any signal yet, and Vineland has it 3rd and, oh, call it 4 as Buckaloo only got maybe 1.
Bernardini splits now to the right side. Crescenzi, the tight end, left side, and a full house backfield. It's the team of Hart, Hicks, and Buckaloo. On 3rd and 4, Viso gives to Hicks, bulling his way off the left side. Should have the first down inside the 30 down to about the 25, if I'm not mistaken, as they all get up.
Yeah, kind of tough to tell where the yard markers are as they're not marked on the field, and you have to look over the side, Matt. It's going to be the 24-yard line. And a great job that time by the left side of that Vineland High School offensive line, because when Hicks went over there, I mean, he just had a hole big enough for you to run through. Well, almost that big anyway.
Thank you. They're headed for the shore as Viso brings that full house backfield up. Crescenzi wide out right this time. Buckaloo bowling up the right side. He's gone. 10-5 touchdown, John Buckaloo. There was that hole big enough for me to run through, and John Buckaloo took advantage of it. It's 18-0 Vineland. We're in the 3rd quarter.
That time they handed it off to Buckaloo on the right side. The right side of the offensive line said, we can do just as good a job as the left side did. In fact, maybe even better, as you pointed out, Matt. And Buckaloo hit that off tackle and just sprinted through that hole, and nobody touched him till he was 5 yards in the end zone.
Greg Loftus now. Derek Ducharme attempted the first in Ocean City, where the Clan have run up a 18-0 score. Extra points, not the big day for Vineland, as all 3 have been blocked, or I should say 2 have been blocked, and 1 2-point conversion muffed, if you will.
Yeah, one thing, Matt, Ocean City now down 18-0 and kind of really dug themselves in a hole here in the 3rd quarter. But, you know, got to remember, they're playing without their star, offense and defense, and Dominic Ionace. So I'm sure they're feeling his absence this afternoon.
Now Big Milt Morris, who has had 3 fall at or in the end zone, gets another one. Hell, this is headed for the water, but it will fall and be muffed by one of the Ocean City upmen at the 5 as the wind caught that ball and brought it down. He gets out to about the 17-yard line. That's number 43, Don Sinclair. And this kid, Dan Sinclair, is a true freshman.
Yeah, both Sinclair and the other receiver back there ran into each other. Neither one wanted to back off. Both of them wanted to catch it, and they bumped into each other. In fact, one of them hit the ground, and both trying to catch it instead of calling each other off. But they're able to bring it up to about the 24-yard line. But again, great job by Milt Morris on that kickoff.
Jason Fisher brings the full house backfield up, gives it to the first man through, little or nothing. Rabbits is in there. I see Lapsley, Patch getting up from the rubble. Perez, 54. Willie Hart, 43. See everybody but Mayor Harry Curley in that pile for the Vineland Fighting Clan. About a yard gain.
I believe Harry used to play football. I know his sons did.
I always mention the mayor on a gang tackle, everybody but the mayor. So I've got to go to Millville now. Done it for Bridgeton and Vineland. 2nd and 8 from the 25. The Clan are up 18-0. We're somewhere in the 3rd quarter. No clock here at Carey Stadium. There is Fisher being brought down again by the left side of the Vineland Fighting Clan. Crescenzi comes up with the football, says, look what I found. T.J. Pat said it should be ours, but they call him down. But nevertheless, a good play from the Clan.
Yeah, kind of hard for us to see exactly what happened there, Matt, as they were sweeping the other way from us, and Crescenzi and company just were all over the quarterback that time before he could pitch it or hand it off or anything, it looked like, and was able to tackle him, and for no gain, maybe loss of a yard. Ocean City just going the wrong direction here now.
Full house backfield again. They lost 3, make it 3rd down, just over 10. Fisher back to pass, rolling right. He's got company, has to get rid of it. Has Tyrone Rolls, and Rolls is tackled by, it looks to be Crescenzi or Walters, 32, and 54 Perez. So it's 4th down. Another outstanding job by the Vineland Fighting Clan defense.
Yeah, Ocean City has to start trying to do something a little bit different, not too, two clouds of dust in a pass, because they're getting nothing on their run. Then when they're forced to pass, Vineland's waiting for it. So they're going to have to do something a little bit different here. And now they're going to do something that they've been haven't had success with either, and that's punt the ball with 4th and 5.
I wonder where he could. 1270 AM WFHM and cable channel 2. Those of you on the TV just saw John Buckaloo ramble for good yardage. We'll see if he has a first down. I believe he does. So John Buckaloo having himself a pretty good game, 3 touchdowns. And that has been all the scoring here as the Clan are up 18-0.
If John Buckaloo does anything more, they're going to name the stadium after him. He's just been a powerhouse here this afternoon on offense.
1st and 10, a full 10 yards gained by Buckaloo. He gets the ball again, not nearly as much, maybe 2 at best. Brought down in there by number 46. That's Doug Coleman, a sophomore, 6'1", 190-pounder.
Matt, we don't have a clock, and we haven't seen the signal of how much time is left in this 3rd quarter, but I would have to think we got to be running towards the end of this 3rd quarter, as we've seen a lot of running plays. So I think we're getting close to the end of this 3rd quarter, and Vineland High School's up 18-0.
Crescenzi now will take his place as a tight end left side. Bernardini will move right side. He's number 81. That's Brad Bernardini, of course. Some jumping by Ocean City's defense. This is Hicks bolting through. Hicks has some running room, gets inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. William Hicks had an outstanding run and excellent blocking once again by that Vineland Fighting Clan offensive line.
Now that time was the left side of the line. They're really starting to open up the holes now. We saw on the last drive when they scored, the left side opened up a great hole for Hicks, then the right side opened up a great hole for Buckaloo. Now the left side opens up a great hole for Hicks again. So a lot of holes being opened up, and Vineland's going to have it 1st and 10 at the Ocean City 13-yard line. This could be the last nail in Ocean City's casket if they score here.
Haydak split wide left, or wide right rather. First man through, gets a couple of yards. That is Buckaloo once again. They give it to him, and very quickly inside the 10, we'll see where they mark the ball, and a timeout by Ocean City, and they're going to try and gather it together here. We are in the assumable later, the 4th and final quarter. The Vineland Fighting Clan, courtesy of a couple of touchdowns by John Buckaloo, 18-0. They led 12-0 at halftime. And the Vineland running game looks good as they prepare this coming week for the Egg Harbor Silver Eagles.
Yeah, it looked like Ocean City might have called a timeout right near the end of the quarter. Now, I guess we won't be able to find out, but it'll be interesting to know if we could. Will they be assessed that timeout? And I don't know. I don't see them. The coach was out there talking to them, both coaches, so it might be a timeout, but I'm not really sure. Nevertheless, Vineland's going to have a 2nd down at about 6 there at the 9-yard line of Ocean City. They lead 18-0 at the start of this 4th quarter, and as I said, they really could put the last nail in Ocean City's coffin if they score here. It's going to be real tough for Ocean City to score 4 times in the 4th quarter.
Brad Bernardini split left side. Buckaloo again the call for a couple of yards, and they are now finding his number, are the Ocean City Red Raiders. He'll not have the first down. It'll be 3rd and about 5. They can get another first down before scoring.
You know,
as I believe he has to get to what, the 2 from where we're looking at?
Yeah, it looks like he's got to get to about the 2, and you might say, well, if they don't get a first down, they can go for it on 4th, or they can kick a field goal, but they haven't even come close on their 2 extra point attempts if they haven't blocked so easily, so you might rule out a field goal.
double wide, Crescenzi right, Haydak left. It's Viso giving it right on through to the first man. He gets literally 2 yards in a cloud of dust. We'll see if he got the first down.
It's impossible to tell.
Yeah, and if you're not watching and you do have a chance to catch the ball game later on, if you're in Vineland on cable, you'll know exactly what we mean. The middle of that field is something even a desperate African cow would not touch in terms of grazing.
But he did get the first down, Matt, so it'll be 1st and goal, Vineland from the Ocean City 2, and Ocean City's really got their backs up against it now.
Bernardini wide left, Crescenzi wide right, full house backfield. It's Buckaloo headed for the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown.
There's something different. John Buckaloo scoring a touchdown for Vineland, only his 4th one today.
John Buckaloo having the game of his career, 24-0, the Clan over Ocean City, and that, as you were saying, would be the final nail in the coffin. But now the interesting point is the extra point. Loftus and Bernhardt.
Even if they block everybody this time, I mean...
The Cable Channel 2 watching from Kerry Stadium, Ocean City, New Jersey, on the shore. Kind of a cool day. Bundle up if you're walking up and down the shoreline. But the red-hot Vineland Fighting Clan and red-hot John Buckaloo has 4 touchdowns to his credit today. And Big Milt Morris, again, he's had great success with the kickoffs. Into the end zone, touchback. That's 2 touchbacks for Milt today.
Yeah, and that one hit looked like about 4 yards in the end zone. So, I don't know. Milt, as in the past, had problems trying to kick the ball too hard, and it goes off the side of his foot and out of bounds, but certainly having no problems kicking off today. He's kicked off about 5 times, and each of them have just been excellent kicks.
Don't forget the Eagles will be in Cleveland tomorrow in a field similar to this, and you'll hear the game right here, 1270 AM WFHM, your home for the Eagles, Flyers, and Sixers, not to mention VHS Sports. Jason Fisher, the shell-shock quarterback for Ocean City. Here goes a pitch to Tyrone Rolls. Walters misses him, but it will be Dwayne Price who finally gets him out of bounds with help from Lapsley, Crescenzi, and Perez.
And a penalty flag thrown right at the end of that play.
Could be a late hit. Somebody came in a bit late, perhaps.
No,
Ocean City.
Yeah, they're going to call, I think, either below the waist blocking or a clip.
I stand chastised.
That certainly isn't going to help Ocean City at all. We're in the 4th quarter. They're down 4 touchdowns, and it's just about kind of over for Ocean City. Some of the fans are starting to file out. There goes the Millville coaches.
Yeah.
They've seen enough.
And they have to prepare for their game against the Mainland Mustangs tonight. If you're in Millville, of course, you'll want to take advantage of that. No, Millville Stadium is very well lit. It's a nice complex, and Bridgeton's is too. Bridgeton's maybe even a tad brighter. They were bragging about their stadium at night, and the Lone area and Buna playing night football. You got a lot of people in your court.
Well, in talking to Coach Tony Serace at halftime, he seemed to just be all ecstatic about having night football in Millville, and maybe we'll get out of the dark ages in Vineland and put some lights up too.
Double wide right for Ocean City. They trail 25-0. Here's Fisher rolling to his right, cuts it back in the middle. Tyrone Rolls had it, but he was stuck by Jim Lapsley, and what a recovery he's made from that injury that occurred at Absegami. That looked apparently a lot more serious than it was.
Yeah, and you got to remember that Vineland High School came very close to beating Holy Spirit last week without Jimmy Lapsley, a 3-year starter for the Clan, and he's just really the anchor of that defense. He makes the plays when you need it made, and without him in there, I think that probably made a difference last week against Holy Spirit. And you saw that time as Rolls had the ball, but Lapsley just knocked it right out of him.
Change on defense. Hersey is out. Rabbits is in. Now they run a draw, something we haven't seen all day. This is number 41, Kevin Gillespie, for several yards. It's going to be a while before they hit first down country, but that's one of the better running plays today.
Yeah, well, Ocean City, for all intents and purposes now, we're in the early stages of the 4th quarter. They're down 4 touchdowns. Basically, they're out of it, but they probably want to just try a few things, maybe try a few players. They have to start looking forward, looking ahead to next week, and see if they can salvage something out of this 4th quarter. Anyway, you almost want to use this as a practice now.
It is 3rd down and about 9 yards to go. Somewhere in the 4th quarter, the Clan comfortably up 25-0, looking for win number 3 in the Cape Atlantic Division 1. Jason Fisher rolling to his right, has his wide receiver. Great catch there by number 14. That is Tom Connick, and a loose ball called? Nope. He did lose the ball, but apparently it was after, no, I beg your pardon, it was recovered by Ocean City.
But
that's the freshman.
It was blown dead anyway, I think, Matt.
Dan Sinclair. That's something for a freshman to get some work here on a varsity contest.
Something you very, very rarely see.
We saw one last week for Holy Spirit, and with 102 guys, you'd think a freshman would be the last thing you'd see on the field.
Yeah, mainly because they get overlooked so often.
1st and 10 now for Ocean City. They're looking to avoid the shutout. Fisher says, I'm keeping it myself. He'll cut it right side, be bounced out of bounds by Lapsley and Perez, 54. We're seeing Dwayne Price in there today, number 22 in the secondary. I believe he is in... No, I see Bernhardt in there. He may be in there for Hart, number 24. Ravitz, Willie Hart, 43. Crescenzi, 84. Castellini, 34, the line. Perez and Lapsley, Walters linebackers. Hicks is in there. Here's the give to that freshman. Sinclair bowls his way forward near the first down. Ball squirts out, and nobody sees it.
He had a heck of a time getting that ball. It was even on the handoff, the ball was it kind of popped up out of his arms, and he had to stop and put it back. And then as he hit the ground, the ball squirted out. So he's having a heck of a time holding on to that ball.
Well, they call it a first down. The best drive of the day for Ocean City may come a day late and $1 short, as the Clan are up 25-0. 1st and 10, somewhere in the fourth quarter with no operating clock here today on the shore. Jason Fisher back to pass for Ocean City. He said, nah, I'm going to keep it again. Spins away from one tackle, steps up to the 50 inside the 49-yard line, and finally Castellini upends him there with help from Perez and Ravitz.
Yeah, that time he looked like he wanted to pass but couldn't find anybody open, and as you pointed out, Matt, he said, well, I'll run it myself, and did come up. He came up along the right sideline right in front of the Ocean City bench, picked up about 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 3 for Ocean City. They're in Vineland territory.
We're in the fourth quarter. The Clan are up 25-0. You're in tune to 1270 AM, WFHM Vineland. Jason Fisher, the quarterback, wide receiver left. He's going to roll left, has a couple of guys out in front, keeps it. Oh, he's hit loose ball. Tyrone rolls, comes up with it. Down the line he goes. He'll be stopped by Dwayne Price at the 20-yard line. That was a bit of luck as Jason Fisher was hit hard. That ball squirted out, and Tyrone Rolls, opportunist that he is, came up with it.
I didn't see who hit Jason Fisher, but he hit him so hard it just knocked the ball right out of his hands into Rolls' hands. It looked like he was going to try to pitch it to Rolls anyway, but it looked like everybody for Vineland just stopped on that hit. And and when they did, Rolls was able to get it and run all the way down to the 20-yard line, so Ocean City has a little bit of a threat here.
In the fourth quarter, as Perez has to get off the field in a hurry, Tyrone Rolls now has it squirt from his hands. It's recovered, should be by Vineland, and it is. We saw number 24 there, Kevin Hart, get close to the ball. He overran it, and somebody from Vineland did recover it, and the Clan stopped the biggest Ocean City threat.
Yeah, well, Ocean City's been throwing that football around here now the last 3-4 plays like it had spikes on it, and nobody wanted to touch it, or when they did touch it, it was hurting their hands. And finally, it caught up with them as they tried to pitch, and it wasn't a good pitch. Couldn't grab onto it, and the ball's bouncing all around there, and Vineland High School said, this ball's fine with us. We'll jump on it. And they just kill Ocean City's drive. Ocean City really killed themselves on that drive with that fumble.
The first quarterback change of 1988 finds Ernie Bernhardt in the driver's seat for Vineland. He gives off to number 30, Tony Basile, who hasn't seen much action today. And go ahead.
Well, that's something, we hoped we would see as the clock, we're at about the middle of the fourth quarter. Vineland has a 25-0 lead. Now you start getting some different kids in. I see Crescenzi's going out. Basile hasn't played in a couple weeks. He played a little bit at the beginning of the game. He's in there. Bernhardt at quarterback. Let's see what he can do as a quarterback.
Also in there is number 85. That is Stanford Broom. And number 80, John Donnelly, who comes out wide left. We'll get those names for you. Bernhardt gives it off to the carrier. I thought that might have been Broom, who was bowled back after gaining a first down as they had surrounded him. That's 85, Stanford Broom, first down.
Yeah, Stanford Broom in the backfield now with the 85 number. He's supposed to be a wide receiver, but he's in the backfield now. See if we can get who all these players are that are coming in. Adrian Hart, number 83 now, is in the lineup. So Vineland substituting freely, and something you like to see. You don't like to see teams run up the score, and certainly it's the Vineland is not running up the score here. They've decided that midway through the fourth quarter they've got the game in hand. So let's not rub anybody's face in it. Let's get some different ball players in here, and they're going to play hard, but at least they are second and third stringers in there.
I believe Mike Holland is in there as well, number 86, as the give is to Stanford Broom. Stumbles his way forward for a couple of yards. That's right, Holland in there as a tight end. Hersey remains in there for Matt Haught. He's seen some double-duty action. Let's see, T.J. Patch Morris still in there. Morris has done everything but throw the ball.
That might be interesting.
Yeah.
Now, Milt's a good athlete. He plays basketball, too. He's a tough basketball player. And he also plays on the track team. Naturally, throws the shot put.
That makes sense. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Clan. They have the ball at the 40-yard line, at their own 40. Bernhardt, the quarterback. The give is to Basile, and he gets a couple in a cloud of dust and a late flag.
Yeah, it looked like a bunch of scrambling was going on there in the middle of that pile as half of both teams were in there. One team trying to push one way, the other way, and I'm sure some frustration showing.
Yeah, T.J. Patch has a little hitch in his get-along, and he'll get out for a play, and we'll see who has replaced him. That is number 66, Frank Bosco, in on the interior line.
Yeah, and the flag is going to go against Ocean City. Like I said, probably some frustration on Ocean City's part. They've come out here, hope to score a little bit of an upset, and just really nothing has really gone right for them, and a little frustration.
Holland comes now as the tight end left side. Full house backfield for Ernie Bernhardt. 1st and 10, the Clan up comfortably 25-0. Bernhardt gives it to Basile. First man through, bowls his way through for about 3 yards, and the proverbial cloud of dust at Ocean City. As again, we're quite happy that it did not rain today, or we would be saying this man takes the ball for what we believe to be his X amount of yardage, because this would be a quagmire.
Miguel Martinez, number 75, now in on the offensive line for Vineland.
Big Miguel anchoring the left side now, and he is joined on that side by Holland, the tight end. Wide receiver right side.
And penalty flag, what's this, too much time?
Could be. Too many new men in it or something. I don't know. No, it would appear to be delay as they are marching it back against the Fighting Clan. Somebody lined up in the wrong place. That's not going to set well with John Parentazzi, even up 25-0. He wants his second stringers to have the fundamentals.
I guess somebody must have lined up on the wrong side. Looks like David Rabbit. Is that David Rabbit? Is it 61 or 51 is in there now? Maybe it's 51, Brian Johnson.
Now, where would he be?
At left guard.
Makes sense. Here's the give to the third man through. That's Hicks, who is one of the few starters remaining in there. William Hicks only gets a couple. Back to perhaps near the original line of scrimmage. You're right, Johnson is in there, 51. So outside of Brian Hersey, officials timeout now. Is this the 4-minute warning?
4-minute warning.
4-minute warning. So John Hersey was the only starter left in there. And I think I see Mark Zanni in there, 52. 25-0, the Clan up. It's 3rd down and 10. Bernhardt's going to keep it on the ground. Pitches back to Stanford Broom. Broom's going to be close to the first down. I thought he might have been able to break it away, but he'll be down to about the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th down. An interesting call here. See what the Clan do.
Well, I see they put Willie Hart in the game. Now, he's played running back before, so going to put him in, maybe get him a shot at running the ball.
They're going to go for it. 4th and about 3.
Might as well. I mean, you're at the 35-yard line. Ocean City's 35-yard line. You're certainly not going to punt the ball.
Okay. Willie Hart, that's Basile and Stanford Broom in the backfield for Ernie Bernhardt. And it's going to be Basile with the carry. I don't believe he made it, though. And a good defensive play by the left side of that Ocean City line. And they, too, have started to put in new blood. So another 4th down goes by the boards for the Clan. Not that it matters much. 25-0 inside the 4-minute mark. I'm Matthew Birmingham along with Robin Daplin on WFHM Vineland. And Cable Channel 2 will be on the air, at least on the radio side, at 1:15 Saturday from Gatone Memorial Stadium against Egg Harbor, a team they handily defeated last year. We went down to Egg Harbor.
And you know, Matt, you really can't count Vineland out in the Cape Atlantic Division I race. They've been beaten by Holy Spirit, which puts a big damper on their hopes.
Sure.
But Holy Spirit's supposed to play Millville. Now, if Millville could knock off Holy Spirit, that could set up almost a title game between
like
Vineland and Millville on Thanksgiving, just like last year. One of the most exciting games, especially the build-up to it, that we've seen in a long time.
Here is Fisher with the pitch back to Tyrone Rolls, has to cut it back in. Nice move around Crescenzi. A flag is down, and Tyrone isn't. He keeps going on. Haydak will have to get him out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, but this may come back. Poor Tyrone. He's had a couple of good runs today called back.
Yeah, and...
Can't be a face mask because Crescenzi was reaching around the ankles.
It is a face mask. Oh. Wrong again, scoreboard breath.
Okay. Well, I was looking at Crescenzi. Maybe it was the second man who got him. I don't know.
I'm with you, Matt, because I looked at when he threw the flag. I said, well, there's nothing but Vineland kids there. And I said, all of them looked like they were down low trying to get him. But I guess, I don't know, I guess somebody grabbed a face mask in there.
So Tyrone's big run plus the 15 yards gets him down to the 23-yard line. And so Jason Fisher says, after the beating I've taken today, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, he came over to his coach and said, hey, you know, we didn't do anything wrong. They didn't.
Tom Koenig wide left. Fisher pitches down the line. Once again, it's Tyrone. Cuts it back inside. Brought down by Bernhardt, as well as Perez, 54, and Haydak, number 11.
You know, on both sides of the line here now, the Ocean City offense is saying, man, let's just get a touchdown, make this look decent in the paper tomorrow. Let's say 25-7 instead of 25-0. On the other hand, Vineland High School defense just played an excellent game. Have played shutout ball against Ocean City, never even let them close to scoring. They're saying, well, hey, we want the shutout. We've earned it this game, and we want it bad. So a little bit of interesting scenario here at the end of the game.
Anthony Filippi in there for the Vineland Fighting Clan as well, as here comes Fisher around the right side, and he is going to be brought down. Filippi, one of the tacklers in there, as well as Castellini and Derek Ducharme, 62. Jim Walters also on the stop.
Be interesting to know how much time is left in this ball game. As once again, we repeat, we don't have a clock, and I would imagine it's got to be right around 2 minutes or less, Matt.
It is third down, about 3 yards to go from the 12-yard line for the Ocean City Red Raiders. Full house backfield for Jason Fisher. Clan trying to preserve a shutout, would be their first of the year. Tyrone rolls right into the Vineland Fighting Clan, specifically number 52, Mark Zanny in there. Walters.
Yeah, Jimmy Walters also. Zanny and Walters were just right there, like a big set of bookends, and Rolls just had nowhere to go. And they're going to have fourth down and 1, so this will be it for Ocean City. They can make this first down, maybe they have some hope, but with 4th and 1 here, this is really the ball game for them.
Not the best of days for the Red Raiders. However, the Vineland Fighting Clan with John Buckaloo really having a good day. Fisher takes it himself, should have the first down. They'll stop and perhaps just reset the chains.
Yeah, just that quick quarterback sneak before anybody's really almost ready. The quarterback just gets the ball centered, and nobody else moves but him in the center, and he bowled his way forward and picked up about 3 or 4. He's going to have first and goal. It looks like it's hard to tell with all those yellow lines down there, but
it's a soccer field.
About the 9-yard line, I guess, Matt.
Football field, cheerleading field, band field, everything on the usual all-purpose field. Jason Fisher lofting it into the end zone. Tyrone rolls. No, I beg your pardon. That is number 15 for Ocean City. Tom Shellcross has the touchdown. The shutout is broken. And Ocean City has 6 points on the board in the waning moments of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, nice little dance by Rolls in the end zone as he was chugging his feet in there.
Yeah. Shellcross really had to reach out and scoop up that ball as it almost fell through his fingers.
Yeah, the ball was thrown like right on his hip, and he did kind of have to reach it and run towards the end zone as he was trying to put the ball away. It almost looked like
the shutout. A pass from Jason Fisher to Tom Shellcross, and the extra point is missed. Vineland leading 25-6 on the day when John Buckaloo gets 4 touchdowns for the Clan.
A real big day for John. And, well,
that puts him back in the backfield. You know, he was pulled playing defense there, and Tony Basile got some playing time, but John may have reasserted himself.
I think maybe that shook him up a little bit when Basile was inserted in there and saying, whoa, here's a sophomore taking my place. This can't happen. I'm a senior. Onside kick, Matt.
Sort of a 3-step, and I don't know what you want to call that onside kick. It went about 15 yards. Haydak and Hart on the recovery as the good hands people were up there for Vineland, and they'll take over.
The good hands people?
Well, yeah, you have all your guys who normally touch the ball. You had Hart, Hicks, Crescenzi up there, and it wasn't even a good onside kick. It went all the way to the Vineland 42. You should know that. That's the big guys.
I know, but it sounded like an insurance company commercial. The good hands people. I like that. The good hands people. I'll have to remember that one, Matt.
All right, new quarterback in for Vineland, number 12.